evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Come on into the room. It is Conversation with the Gholstons. I am Ascenta. I was about to say I'm Antonia, but that's not my name. I'm Ascenta Gholston, and this is my husband, Antonio Gholston, and we are your hosts for the evening. Listen, Conversation with the Gholstons was simply birthed out of having a conversation. And so we like to come every Sunday at 8 p.m. or so. And we like to have a conversation that's uncut, unfiltered, real conversation. Listen, I need for you to invite, like, share, and subscribe. Invite, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you are doing all of those. So first, make sure that you're liking the live, the actual post. Like it or love it, the actual post. Share it with family and friends. Go ahead and share this to your page. Any groups that you're in that allow you to share, go ahead and share. Comment. Let us know that you are here. Say hello and then subscribe. Make sure that you're subscribing to follow us and follow the page, okay? So we appreciate you all for watching live. For those who may be watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. Hashtag CWTG, hashtag the Gholstons, hashtag CWTG, or hashtag the Gholstons if you're watching the replay. Now, we do have a YouTube channel, Conversation with the Gholstons, that you can go and subscribe to now. We are building that because very, very soon we will not be broadcasting to our personal pages. So everything will either be in the Conversations with the Gholstons group page or via YouTube. So you're going to want to make sure that you are following us and subscribing so that you're always aware of where we are. Now, if you want to get text alerts about the show, make sure that you text us. The number will be on the screen shortly, but we do have a number where you can text. Now, we are not going to spam text you. We're not going to do that. We simply want to keep you informed of what's going on with Conversations with the Gholstons. So we'll have the telephone number for you to text up in just a moment. Once that number comes up, you'll go ahead and you will text this number. Text CWTG to 708-554-7886. Text CWTG to 708-554-7886 so that you can start getting our text alerts. Now, good evening to you guys. Let's go to the comments and speak to those of you who are coming into the room. Hello to our Facebook user. Hey, Robin. Thanks for coming into the room. Somebody said they're on here for a real quick minute. Somebody said they're on for a real quick minute. Hey, well, thanks for, I'll be on. Okay, well, thank you for coming in. Your name is only coming up as Facebook user, and I do not have my phone with me, of course, because it's a little low on the battery life. And I know you guys already told me that I need to have a charger, keep it charged up, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm not even going to say I'm going to start today. Let's start in 2022. That's going to be one of my goal things, is to charge my phone and to get a portable charger. So somebody already told me about a portable charger that I can get from QVC. And if you know me, I love HSN and QVC. Okay? So I'm going to be on there trying to look for it, all right? But they say it's great. So I'm going to try to find me a portable charger. All right? So you guys, come on in. Happy Sunday. Listen, can you believe that Christmas is this week? Have you guys already done your Christmas shopping? Are you still doing Christmas shopping, or are you done? Have you started? Are you still shopping, or are you finished? I'm in the category of I've not started. Okay? But I'm very targeted. So don't worry. I'm a very targeted shopper. So I know what I'm going into the store to get. Okay?
You normally do your stuff like 2 days before, a day before, where you be gone all day, then you come back, you're frustrated, stressed out, but you be done. Why's your mic like that?
I don't know. Hello? Okay. Hey. All right, babe. I'm going to turn it over to you.
So that right there is probably what the show's going to be about.
Okay.
I heard that babe in about 2 weeks. Why you looking at me like that?
Hey, Antonio, it's on you.
I just said something.
Okay.
Uh, before we get into the
Did you
stuff,
speak to the people?
I did. You did all that.
I
We need
did.
to get
Okay.
into the show.
All right, we're going to get into the show.
But you said something about Christmas.
Christmas. They say
yeah.
it's the most happiest time of the year.
Yeah. 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 All right.
I have no decorations up. Nothing.
So how would you feel if I didn't buy no Christmas gifts this year at all?
I'll actually be fine with that.
Okay. I don't know. I don't.
Okay, y'all. Tell us, is Christmas feeling like Christmas to you guys? Like how is this holiday season feeling? You know, maybe about 5-10 years ago, Christmas was exciting. We were happy to get gifts. The trees were going up.
The camera's up there, by the way. It's not here no more. It's up there.
Oh, it's up there.
Camera's right there.
Oh, hey, camera. So we were excited to get gifts. We were, we were happy to put up our decorations. This year, literally, it's just like Rob. Everybody is saying no. It's like it just doesn't. Okay, chime in. What do you think is happening? What do you think is happening? Because I've talked to several people who said that they're just not. I guess we feel like we're not in the Christmas spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess for years, what does that really mean? Like when we're in the Christmas spirit, does that mean we're just extra happy this time of year? We're excited about giving gifts or getting gifts. What does that really mean? Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you why. I'm like, it's not been the happiest time of the year for me.
This year or most years?
Last year was tough.
Because my
brother had just passed. This year is tough. Like his birthday's tomorrow. And I just don't know that I feel like I just don't feel that. And I don't know if it's a continuation from last year or if it's just like
we've had several significant passings.
It's been in our circle. It's been so many things going on. So it's just kind of like it's Christmas. But I have a child. And the reality is that Christmas is important to her. And she would be really devastated if we did not have a Christmas.
Interesting is that this particular year, she seems to be more into it this year than she's been in the past, in my opinion. But this is the most year I have not been in the last maybe 5 years. So that's quite interesting to me. But anyway.
So Robin said her children are older. Her family has passed on that you normally celebrate with. Okay. That's a lot. That's what's going on with some people as well.
Angela too, the Facebook user. That's Angela. I just kind of jumped
on.
Oh,
okay. Angela Rice.
Angela, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Angela.
Angela, Angela, if you're still here, don't go away.
There's a lot happening to distract from Christmas. We must be intentional about celebrating our Savior's birth. Yes. And I think for me, that's great. And I think for me, and listen, real talk, like I celebrate Jesus every day. So I think the commercialized portion of Christmas is not drawing me. Like I'm not running out to stores. I'm not like this year I made a decision. Like I'm not about to be running around buying gifts just to be giving gifts to people. Like it's not happening. Like it's 3 people on my list. 3.
Am I on the list?
My husband, my mama, and my daughter.
Oh, we'll make sure I made the list this year.
And that's it. Okay. That's it. That's it.
All right, let's go. All right.
How do you pronounce her name?
Latoya.
Latoya, right? Because I tried to call it something else, and you said that's not it. Latoya said my girls are at that age, 20 and 17, where they only want right. Listen, let me tell you something. My daughter sent me her Christmas list, and she was like, "Am I going to physically have gifts under the tree?" And I said, "Girl, have you seen your Christmas list?" Her Christmas list was stuff like, "Just transfer some money into my account. Take me to Michael's for some home decor." Like, I was like, what is there to put under the tree? It just seems like you want to go on a shopping spree. She was like, "Oh, let me look at my list again." Like, and she looked at her list and was like, "Oh, yeah, You're right. It's really nothing to put under the tree. So she revamped her list. Now, there were going to be a couple things because I'm observant. There were going to be a couple things that I was going to buy her anyway. Already planned on cooking for Christmas because I'm one of those people that don't cook for my house. If we're going out for the holidays like Thanksgiving, Easter, I don't normally cook food at home. But last week, yay! But last week I said to myself, I'm gonna cook to have just something here at home for us to eat. And so
I just got excited.
So that's
Christmas
what
just came good for me just now. Christmas is hitting different just then.
Latoya, listen.
So
She said last year she just put money in several boxes and put those under the tree.
So
okay, that's what it looked like.
I want to before we leave, Latoya, and I wish that I would have prepped. We would have prepared for this a little bit better. We're gonna get into the content, but if anybody watched the show from last week.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for coming in.
The show last week.
Make sure you say hello.
Yeah, the show last week was interesting, and I think I told all you guys that I was going to I was going to be called to the principal's office after the show. I did, but before we go to that, we're going to reset the room in a minute, and we're going to start the show.
Somebody said, "Make you a biscuit."
So here's the thing:
he's not going to get no biscuits from scratch. He's going to get some Hawaiian rolls.
Latoya Idril and Terry, they've been dating since. Did you guys date in grammar school or just high school?
Oh wow!
They were my high school classmates.
Okay,
college. I mean, and this couple, even in high school, they were like in my eyes. I'm gonna say for me, like the it couple.
Okay,
It was like he was she's a pretty girl. He band, all that stuff. Come from a family who is 11th grade. Okay, 11th grade. Come from a family, affluent community. Huh? Come from that's probably one of my new family members.
Oh, okay.
ITM, I believe.
Okay.
So we actually.
Hey, Brakita.
Hey. So we actually. So anyway,
that's Renee Marie talking about get you a biscuit.
So
she said they started dating her 11th grade year. Sorry. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So my point of the conversation is that they've went through all the way through college.
Yeah.
They went to the same Alabama A&M University. Shout out to the Hill, to Bulldogs, and they literally have, the Black love is strong.
Yeah.
I mean, every post you see about them, it's just great to see couples who come from high school go off to college and really maintain their relationship. So I want to just give a shout out to the how long you guys been married yet? Come on, show me how long you've been married. We celebrate.
That's a long 10.
We celebrate Black love on the show all the time.
All the time.
So I want to just to put that out there.
Yeah.
And I want I want you to be very active tonight because the tonight's subject, if you've never been here, is going to be one that we visited many times, and this time's going to be very personal. I don't know how it's going to go. I got called into the principal's office last week. I may get expelled from school this week, but something happened at dinner today that was a subject of conversation.
Did y'all
20 years.
Did y'all see how I shifted?
Right. 20 years.
Hey, what's up? 20 years. 20 years.
Drop some hearts in there.
Y'all drop some hearts up in there. Drop some black hearts in there.
Drop some hearts in there for the Idril family.
20 years.
20 years of marriage, man. We married 16 and
my God,
I didn't know we was gonna make it this week.
My God, Shabbat.
So I need y'all to drop some hearts in there. Real talk. Drop some hearts and shout out to all the Facebook users. Do me a favor. Let's get the show started officially. reset the room. I'm gonna set the stage for the conversation. Let's go.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming into the room in this conversation with the Gholstons. I'm Ascenta. This is Antonio, and we are the Gholstons. This show started a little bit over a year ago. By simply having a conversation. We decided to hit the live button and have a conversation, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since. So come on in the room. We have real, uncut, unfiltered conversations here. Don't forget you had something for Angela Rice. We have real, uncut, unfiltered conversations here. This is a safe place. We are extremely transparent.
Baby, they ain't gonna be transparent.
We share because so oftentimes we talked to one of our friends. Shout out to Renee Marie, who just graduated with her master's degree. So congratulations to Renee Marie. But we had a conversation with her, and she's like, you guys, she's like, as a single woman, looking at you guys helps me to see the realness of marriage, right? And so oftentimes, when you're dating, there's some cute things that you see, and sometimes y'all don't get along all the time, but it's like, okay, we'll fix it, we'll be better. And then you get married, and all of a sudden you're trying to figure out like what is happening. My husband and I have known each other since we were 15 years old, right? And so when we have these conversations, it's really from our lenses, right? From what we have lived, some things that we have seen and experienced. And we appreciate having these conversations with you all, because there may be perspectives that you have that can help us, just like we have perspectives that may help you. And so it is interactive. Make sure that you guys are joining us in the conversation. Now, if you want to be alerted of when we are going live and other updates with Conversation with the Gholstons, join our text community by texting CWTG to 708-554-7886. The telephone number's on the screen. Make sure that you like, share, comment, invite, and follow. Make sure that if you're not a part of the Conversation with the Gholstons page, that you are joining the page and following the page, because pretty soon we will no longer be streaming onto our personal pages. Everything will get shifted over to the Conversation with the Gholstons page and to our YouTube channel. So you want to make sure that you are plugged in for these conversations. They're just going to get gooder and gooder.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So you guys know we do dinner. That was a lot. Good job. Yeah, that's just about what the week been like right there. All right, so so at dinner, we was out at dinner with some couples, and you guys know we have a lot of time we go out to dinner, things after church, whatever. So we had dinner, and I don't know really how it started. Don't know how the conversation started, but we ended up in a place where I asked one of the senior couples, and not necessarily meaning age, just in longevity or whatever. She was saying that they take frequent, just random trips to this certain location for no reason at all. They just go do X, Y, get some ice cream, whatever. And I'm like, man, that's cool. And after 40 plus years of marriage, that's really cool. And I said something about, I said, is his love bank full? And I forgot what her answer was, but it was to the point of his tank stay full. Why you gotta put that up on the screen yet? We didn't even you can't fool with Robin. Robin would derail the show. You cannot fool with Robin.
Robin said, my love bank is dry. I'm not playing with you
Robin
tonight.
is single. So your love bank's supposed to be dry right now.
Lord have mercy.
So the point is, she was really talking up her man, how good her man is to her, blah, blah. I mean, she was like, you would think her man's love bank was just like, it's just up here. So she then looks at my wife. Y'all take a screenshot of her face. She looks at my wife and she says, well, Antonio, no, I know, I'm taking a step back. Another couple, we looked at another couple and said, well, we know your love bank to the husband is full because he's been doing a lot of stuff for his wife in this season for the last couple years. So So everybody's like, "Oh yeah, his love bank is off the chart." He's like, "Oh no, it ain't nothing."
Also, let me just put in this caveat: I was not part of the conversation.
Hold on, she was at the table.
I was at the table, but I was talking to somebody else. I was not.
That's totally irrelevant.
No, it's not irrelevant.
Don't get distracted. No. So the female spouse, we said, "Well, how's his love bank?" She said, "Oh, his love bank is full. It is like overflowing. He got so much money in his account, it's just overflowing right now." So they look at my wife and they say, "How is his love bank?" And this is what her, hold on, y'all ready? Let me cue this up. And this was her answer. They said, "So how's Antonio's love bank?" This was her answer. Yep, that's exactly what her answer was. And to this very day, she has not answered the question.
I kept eating my lemon rice soup.
No, she didn't keep eating her lemon rice soup.
Yes, I did.
You turned to the person you were talking to and never answered the question.
I turned back to the person that I was talking to
and never answered the question.
And kept talking.
So, real talk, let's get into it. Let me break the concept down really quick.
Take a picture.
Screenshot it.
If your wife face look like this,
you in trouble. But here's the deal. I'm a grown man. I take my shots. I take my bullets. I take them well.
Shadid said, "Oh, big yikes."
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. A shout out to my IT1 family. So let me get a concept of the love bank for those who don't know. Let me give you a 30-second recap of what the love bank. If you're new to the show, we are big advocates of the book called His Needs, Her Needs. And the concept of the book is very, very simple. It is talking about the top 5 needs of a man, the top 5 needs of a woman. There's a total of 10 needs altogether. You take a little quiz, you go through and you discover what is your top needs of a man and top needs of a woman. And the concept is if you're not adding to the bank, you're going to be withdrawing. There is no real stagnation. There is always a deposits and always withdrawals. Well, if you guys watched the show last week, you know straight up point blank that I took a big withdrawal. I mean, it was like a cash out, like a big purchase took place. And it never got filled back up.
Ever.
And I got called to the principal's office after that call, and I still been on detention. And after tonight's show, I'm gonna pray that I don't get expelled. So,
but it just wasn't the show.
I know it wasn't just the show. We're gonna get into it. But so this is why I said, is your love bank dry? So here, y'all kind of talk amongst yourselves for just a little bit, because I really need to understand, babe. Real talk. Why is my love bank? What is you doing?
I just want you to say hello.
I see all my family.
All your family coming through.
Listen, okay, let me just say, because I don't. Okay,
go ahead.
I think I was telling my wife during one of the moments this past week that she was actually listening to me. Come on, let's just look. We gonna keep it real.
No. I listen to you. Just because I don't respond immediately does not mean that I'm not listening to you.
I understand, but you also understand what my love language is as well. You understand communication is very important to me. You also understand ignoring me is an absolute no.
But I'm not ignoring you.
You didn't even say the word.
I respond.
You did. Okay, let's not get distracted. Let's stay focused
because
on the conversation.
Your extra need for communication is what got us into this situation.
Okay, so that's okay.
Partially,
because extra need for communication.
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Because I
wasn't done talking about the love bank.
Carry on.
Can you let me finish?
Finish.
Thank you. Can I go?
Go.
Thank you. So if you're not depositing, you're withdrawing. And my question to you is, why is my love bank dry?
Well, yes.
I got my notepad right here.
Shadi, we have real conversations here, so you guys probably want to take notes.
Okay, and another thing, just so you know, my wife cannot go past the comments. She has got to look at all the comments. So get away from the screen. Talk to me. They're just listening. They're the studio audience. I'm asking a question. If anybody if Angela Rice, if you want to moderate,
okay,
jump on.
Let's go.
Question.
So
why is my love bank
if
dry?
you read the book His Needs, Her Needs, the number one need of a man is sex. That's
for the average man.
For the average man,
very important to say that.
Based on all of the studies that the author of the book has done, as well as counseling sessions and things of that nature. The man's number one need is sex, okay? We have always been opposite.
Oh, you really going out there?
No. You want to go?
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna go.
Oh, you really?
We're gonna go.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, let's just dive right in.
Oh, you really
always
going
been
in
opposite, okay? Because we're gonna talk about it, right?
Oh,
I've
Jesus.
always been on the male side of needs.
I wasn't gonna go that deep.
And no, we can go.
I wasn't going that deep.
No, let's go.
Remember my child's in
But she also just came in the room and was like, "What y'all doing?"
She did say that.
She just busted in the room. Okay.
I was trying to give me a
take a nap.
Sunday nap. It's been a long 2 weeks.
So whatever.
Long 2 weeks.
So
let's go. I'm ready. I'm with it. Let's go.
So we've always been opposite, okay? So sex has always been my number one need, okay? And you okay, right? So that's also what I need. He is a communications person. He needs to talk it out. It's all this here, right? Yeah.
Don't play me.
I'm not playing.
Don't play me now.
It's that. Okay.
Don't play me.
Anyway.
Don't play me.
So
come on, don't play me.
On this past weekend, I was like, listen, a couple of
2 weeks ago.
So a couple of shows ago, we talked about manipulation. And I said, anytime you want to manipulate me with sex, you can. Like, I'm good with it. Like, if you want something and you just feel like you need to just, you want to get it, just manipulate me with sex. So now we'd be like, just manipulate me. So I was asking for some manipulation. I was like, I want some manipulation. He wasn't feeling well. So I let him lay down and all that good stuff. What have you?
Physically having some
He was physically having some challenges in his body. And so he came out here. And I said something about manipulation. And he just point blank was like, listen, I ain't feeling it right now. And I was like, okay. So y'all, so I was like, okay, cool. Now grant you, there was a little gut punch in my stomach because I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But then he decides that he wants to talk about it. Now I said, we ain't got to talk about it. Like, just let me be okay. Like, let me just deal with it, right? I'll be okay. But no, he wants to chat. So we start talking. Now, how many of you know that when you start talking about one thing, you actually start talking about 7 things? So all this stuff start coming up. And then by the time we got to the second, now we finished the first conversation. I was like, okay, cool. 5 minutes later, he turned off the TV again. 10 minutes later, what you want me to give you 15? How many minutes you want me to give you?
The semantics don't matter.
All right.
Semantics
period.
Just go for
he comes back for the second conversation. The second conversation, I'm like, okay, we just digging deeper. Like,
what's up, Dina?
Told you kind of let it go. Okay?
Excuse me, Miss Davis, how you doing?
Just let it go. He wouldn't let it go. So then, of course, that conversation turned in some real conversations. Like, listen, we have real conversations. Like, hey, are you still attracted to me? Why? So we have a real conversation. So he said some stuff, and I was like, I am a thinker. I am a thinker. So now my mind is starting to process, man.
For all my ITN family, she's a C.
I am a high C.
High C.
Also a high I.
A high I.
So all that mixed together. That's a combination for you, right?
By itself. That's a combination.
So now I'm thinking and I'm slightly emotional. Okay?
Ooh, y'all pray for me.
Pray for me.
Pray for me.
Pray for me.
Okay, I will. I do all the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just lift your name before the Lord and be like, do what you will with your son. He your child.
What kind of mess is that?
Because when I don't know what to pray, I don't let nothing else come out my mouth.
You pray in the spirit then.
Well, but I shall not do both sides.
Keep on doing that.
Amen.
Let's go.
Anyway.
16 years of this.
So nonetheless, so now I'm thinking. So the last few days, like literally, he asked me for something and I got it. And he was like, are you okay?
Because I know when you're
Because acts of service means something to him.
But what you
so now whatever it was, I did it, and he like, you okay? And I was like, what's wrong with you? He was like, because I know that's not your natural behavior.
Isn't it sad that I gotta even think that way?
I'm not trying to kill you. I'm trying to make the adjustment.
I don't be knowing.
I'm trying.
Now you got to know that that's a real thing. I have to think about sometimes. Have you not thought about it?
No.
You have to you have a purge list. Am I on your purge list?
So listen, y'all have seen The Purge. You all have seen the movie The Purge. If you haven't seen the movie The Purge, it's like 24 hours where you get to do whatever you want to people, right? With no consequences.
Her and my child put me on the purge
But we already said we're not going to take him all the way out. We may knock out a couple of kneecaps or something like that, you know. But we're not gonna take him out. Yes, he's on the purge list, but nonetheless, I mean,
so I am on the purge list.
He's partially on the purge list. It's a partial purge.
Who puts their husband
purge? It's gonna be a lot of women put their husbands on the purge list.
Listen, that's a different show. Y'all need. Come on, keep going. Answer the question.
So nonetheless, now I'm starting to make the adjustment because I'm like, hey, there is a need that needs to be met that clearly I'm not meeting. So let me start making the adjustments. Now, if you know anything about having to go from your natural to your adaptive, it's not easy. It does not feel good. You are coming out of all of who you are naturally.
You said, what did I come into?
Hey, Q.
She trying to kill me, Q.
No, Q.
She trying to purge me.
Q.
Listen, IT on family, I can trust y'all. If I don't show up to the calls,
he is fine.
I need you to send out a search party for me,
y'all,
and let the proper authorities know that she got me in the basement somewhere.
No, if he doesn't show,
she got me in the basement somewhere. Hey, Dina, you my G.
Listen,
you my G, Dina.
If he don't show up for a call, y'all just text him.
No,
he probably in the business.
She don't have my phone. She got my phone.
Well, you better.
You can't trust the text because she'll take my phone and be responding for me. If I don't show up, I just need y'all to know I love y'all.
So anyway, I'm trying to make the adjustment. It's not easy for me. It's not. I am still in the process
thank you, my dude.
I am still in the process of thinking through what we talked about, how I can make those adjustments, all while still trying to make sure that I'm meeting the needs. So I've been very quiet, and I probably have not been very, very nice.
Oh, it's recorded. Are we recording this?
It's being recorded.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure we're recording this. Yeah, we're recording this. Say that again. You ain't been what?
I probably haven't been nice, but neither have you.
That is no.
Oh,
I will
sir.
not.
Oh, you should though,
baby. No.
Oh, but you should.
I will not accept that. Why?
Oh yeah, because you've been because you also have had an emotionally draining week.
Yes,
and
but it has nothing to do with. I have not been treating you bad. Yes,
no.
I have literally been in the fire all week long.
Exactly.
You know that.
And when you're in the fire, so are we.
No, I have not been mean to you.
Anyway,
no sidebar. No, real. No, this is our studio audience. They okay.
No.
What have I done to you this week here that's been mean to you?
You've been dry. You ain't been here.
How is that being mean?
Let me ask you this question. Have you been feeling better this week?
Yes.
Oh. Has there been any manipulation? Has there been any manipulation? Huh? But see, so if I asked for manipulation 2 weeks ago and I haven't had any manipulation, excuse me, and my love language is touch, and my number one need is sex, and then you just been running around just doing everything for everybody else and all this other stuff, and it's been 2 weeks and you don't feel like that's being mean, that's abusive. No, I need to go to the comments because I need to see what the people got to say.
Okay, you gonna let me talk?
Talk.
You let me talk?
Carry on. Go ahead. I'm going to the comments.
So let me make sure I'm clear. You quantify.
But there's some other things. You ain't been real nice.
Oh, no. We're gonna take one segment at a time.
Okay.
We know we have to put stuff in a box and deal with one issue at a time. So you classify me as being mean because I have not manipulated you this week. And for those who don't understand manipulation, basically she have not had sex with her this week.
Well, let me say this. I'm not gonna call that mean, but I'm gonna.
You did though.
No.
Are you gonna recant that?
No.
You said I was being mean.
I'm gonna add that to the mean bucket because you've also have been what's the word I'm looking for?
Holy Ghost, give it to her. Give it to her. Play something for you.
I don't need you to play nothing.
Play something for you.
I don't need you to play anything. You've also been distant.
Okay, so this okay.
Because but we also talk about what do we always talk about? We talk about perception.
No, this is good.
Right?
I'm okay with you.
My perception is my reality.
Your perception is your reality. Now, it could be wrong, but it's your reality. It's a joke. That's a joke. No, seriously, real talk. That is okay because I was hoping that was not the case.
Oh,
but
did you think you were still maintaining?
No. I thought Lord, give me the right words right now because this is going. Lord,
give him strength. I mean, the word is wings, but I just changed it for you.
I thought you were gonna go.
No, I don't want you to have wings so you can fly away because that's death.
You trying to purge me?
I'm not gonna try to purge you. Not tonight.
So we got a lot. I need to take notes. We got a lot. Angela, you still with me? See, Angela, I wanted Angela to be here because Angela's a certain mindset, a certain way of thinking. So here, are you gonna put the comments up since you're going through them?
Yes, I see. Shadi said none of that fake. No, we don't do fake. Now we might be smiling in a couple of pictures or whatever, but you might see a little cut in my eyes though.
No, baby, ain't no little cut in none of your eyes. It's full-fledged cuts.
I'm extremely transparent. You know why we talk like this though? Because we want people to understand that this is real life.
But I'm really trying to listen. I have not had a conversation with you in like 2 weeks.
Correct.
So I'm really trying to get.
But is that all my fault though, Antonio?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Not all your fault. 90% though.
I know you lying. I know you better take that back.
90%.
Negative.
90%.
Negative.
90%.
Because you've also not engaged.
Okay,
you also did not come back.
We got a lot of open-ended things here. Can we get to something closure here?
Go ahead. Pick one. Pick one. Any of them.
I asked you point blank, is this just about intimacy? I said, so when
you asked me this question?
That day you said I came back. The day you said I came back 5 months later. The same day I said. So you telling me if we just had sex?
Shadi's funny. Shadi. Oh, I hope he heard it. I'm actually very low in the D category.
Nah,
but I'm gonna tell you, I'm a high C.
But D's
come off as high D's.
C, air traffic controller comes off as a high D.
Yep.
Because what they say really is right.
Correct.
Anything you say contrary to that, it's a problem.
It's wrong.
And they're going to defend their position.
Correct. If you can't prove it to me,
they're going to defend their position without, and you're probably going to lose. If you got a high C, there's probably no debating that. You're going to lose. I lost that. That was a game changer for me when I took.
Loser.
It's over.
Over.
I don't even try to argue.
Ever.
So back to my point. Mm-hmm. I said to you, I said, so are you telling me that we go have sex? So basically, we have sex right now. Are you telling me that this solves that? No, and I'm gonna tell you why. That was the other part of it. I did ask that question. That was the other part of it because it needed to be an experience. It was like 5 layers to it, and I was like, why we gotta have 5 layers to get to the main course? Well, we could just jump to the main course. He was like, see, you really are different. And I thought, honest to God, thought. God is so much in this. Okay. Yeah, we just out here tonight.
It's layers.
We out here tonight.
Let's
we are out here tonight.
Let's check on each other during the day.
Dina, don't encourage this nonsense.
Hey, Dina, girl.
So Dina is gonna be our personal cooking concierge.
Ooh. So
whenever we need a meal, and my wife don't cook. Dina, that's the reason why I told you. Dina, that's why I told you I need to hire you as a concierge. She don't cook. She can really cook though. My wife is a master in the kitchen. She just don't do it for me. But anyway, am I lying?
Lord, do it.
Am I lying?
Oh God.
Am I lying?
We're gonna have to go to the Father after this.
Am I lying?
We're gonna have to go down
Am I lying?
You're not lying.
That's all I want to know. So back to what I was saying.
I'll just pick anywhere because you can pick where. For all the people who always hear us talking about the DISC assessment and you all don't believe us, these are other people who are a part of our community that are telling y'all, listen.
So you want to embrace my family now?
Your family is my family.
You want to embrace my family?
We are family. I got all my coaches with me.
First of all, these are not coaches. This is part of the Nikki squad and I2M.
They all coaches.
They're right in some way.
They all coaches. Okay.
Anyway, I don't even know where I was at. Somebody tell me where I was at.
It's okay, babe. Just
let's go. Okay, so let's go back. Let me reset this. So, and now she wants to sing.
Sing, girl.
No, shut up. We in the studio. Be quiet. This is a grown folks conversation today. Hush.
Wait, Dana said they got you. They're going to give you a proper memorial. Get out the Gholston version. Listen, okay?
I'm hot over here. I'm sweating. I got some. Well, why you come out here to the studio then?
Look at Robin. Robin up in here talking about she got her popcorn. Shadi said he can't go to jail. He too quick. Okay. All right, come on.
So all right, real talk.
She tiptoeing out of the car.
I love Dina.
Yes, Q.
So
detached.
so let me give you a little bit of a sidebar. So Dina, so on our call, this is a sidebar. This is a quick sidebar. On our call, everybody kept messing up Dina's name, calling her Deanna.
I can see that. Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, I said I'm not finna mess it up because I don't want to get hit. My wife is a just crazy about this. People
part of that is because
I start calling Miss Davis.
Okay.
And so then everybody started calling
Miss Davis. He will jack up your name though.
And I said I'm not getting in trouble, so that's my Miss Davis.
Yes, because my name is Acinta. And so even though it's spelled with a J, it's spelled Jacinta. My J is silent. It doesn't make a H. It doesn't make a Y. It doesn't make a ya. Nothing. It's just Acinta. I blame my mother, but I'm very, very careful about pronouncing people's names, and I want to say them properly. So, yeah.
All right. So let's
and I'm definitely over 40.
Let me reset. You
what? So,
a couple of days before I was giving you a couple.
Oh, okay. Because I was about.
So listen.
Bring me some water.
So listen. Let me reset it because I know we got people on here. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining conversation with the Gholston. Y'all have jumped into a real live. This is probably more transparent than an entanglement conversation.
Yes, absolutely it is.
We definitely are tonight between this Nikki and Connie. What is that thing is off the chain.
No need to watch TV. Nope, just join us every Sunday.
So here's the deal. So basically,
hey, Mama
my wife hit a spot. My wife has these I don't know, women have them or just my wife has
name
these.
Is not Juanita
these seasonal moments where the need for manipulation is on another level. So if anybody know within the last couple weeks in our organization, we've had multiple deaths.
Yeah.
And significant deaths. Meaning they require us to travel out of town. Just a lot has happened. I had to take on a lot of more responsibility within the organization. Because at the end of the day, stuff still happens. Life goes on. We have to grieve, but when you're in the middle of battle, your grieving is a little different when you're still in war. You have to, but that's neither here nor there. There was a last Saturday, the youngin was gone last Saturday. And whenever you get this call right here, now watch this now. Whenever you get this call right here and you say, hey babe, what time you coming home? And it's like 1:00 in the afternoon, that's code word for I need to be manipulated. All right, just so you know. Now I don't understand,
and I stop and give me something to eat.
No, you're usually pretty blunt about that.
Thanks.
Where's my water? I asked for the water first. You are a whole wonderful child. You gonna share with me?
Take it now, or I'm gonna take it back.
She probably.
How did I put something in the water that quick?
It's quick on your feet, baby. So what happened was this. So I had to speak in. Well, I didn't have to speak. I went to, drove out to speak to a mentoring group that particular morning. So I had to drive about an hour,
Dina,
an hour away.
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
And here's what happened. Yes. So here's what happened. So this Saturday was a full Saturday too. I mean, it was a lot. I'm talking about a lot was going on. And not
yesterday.
No, not yesterday.
Last week.
The week before, a lot was going on. So I was being challenged in my body physically, but it had a lot to do. We could not stop. We could not give in to the attack of my body. And so when I was driving back in, what happened was she asked me, go back to your cave. Come on. Stop. Thank you. Come on, stop. You're messing up the show. I gotta do so much editing. I love you. Goodbye. You're so cute, pretty. You awesome. You amazing. You your mother's child. I just made you.
No, she actually is all of you.
She's all of you.
All of you.
Depending on what day it is. But anyway, so the long story short, she got the code. Now I'm telling you what I struggle with. I struggle with most men, and Lehman is on here. Most men will absolutely probably cut off their left toe for the opportunities that I have. That is weird. I'm being real honest, being very transparent. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm all man.
Absolutely.
But and I'm good at what I do.
Yes.
Be very clear about that. But for me, sex is not the number one thing on my list. Like the average man is not.
Jesus.
It's hers. However, for me, a lot of times it has to do with the total ecosystem. I'm just being honest. It's not it's an experience.
Like, is this like going to the restaurant, y'all? Like,
why you got to always go ahead?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, babe.
No,
this
you
is
go.
no. This is on you, sweetie.
You go.
And I'm
I yield the floor to you. Ladies first.
No, go ahead. It's an experience.
But in this case, man first. But I wasn't feeling well. And I knew when she asked me what time you gonna come home. Because when she want food, she be like, what time you come home? When she wants sex, she's like, hey, what time you come home? I know the difference between the two. So I was trying to say, okay, God, what am I gonna do? Because I'm like, God, I'm really I'm tired. I'm tired.
There is no.
I'm tired.
You don't get to say no.
I've been up since 3. I'm on the 3 o'clock. I'm in the 3 o'clock a.m. crew, which is 2 a.m. for me. So I'm up with ET.
That's not my problem, though.
At 2 o'clock in the morning. And I get up at 1:30.
And let me say this, and that's another thing, is that he's going to bed at like 10, and then
like 11:30.
At 11:30, and then he out the bed at 1:30. You not even and literally is up and gone all day long.
I'm doing it for you though, babe. For us. You got me looking at houses cost $1.2 million.
That I need to be manipulated in.
Well, we need to get the money to get manipulated in the house.
Sweetie, when you working from home, you can jump off a call real quick. You ain't got to send that email that bad. It's nothing.
It's just since day one.
Day one. Day one. 16 years ago, we got married. Praise the Lord. I come home from work. I walk in the house and I'm like, how you doing? Hello. He like, babe, let me just send this email. Send the email? You gonna send the email? He been doing that for 16 years. Want to send an email?
I need help, y'all. Man, I need some therapy or something. I don't know.
You don't need therapy. We just Renee.
I don't know what to say no more. I'm done. I give up. Come on. Let's show over with. Let's go.
Lehman said blink twice if you need help. Mama Denise said she feel like she too young for this conversation.
Okay, we got
need to find some. What kind of vitamins we need?
It's not vitamin. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's okay. This particular day, I'm gonna admit.
Where that lotion? We done ran out of the lotion. The sensual lotion. Where's it?
We got some.
We didn't run out.
No, we didn't run out. So this particular day, I'm gonna own this. I should have some.
Come on, Dina. God invented
replays.
The replay.
Dina, because you sleep. Because you sleep. Shut up. You sleep.
And you don't need to be asleep. I'm not even telling you to be asleep.
No. She talking about the 3 a.m. live.
Yeah, I understand. You don't need to be asleep.
What are you talking about?
But you don't see, she's saying the replays, and you're saying she's asleep. I'm saying at 2 o'clock, you can be up in multiple ways.
Girl, you're not gonna. If I wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you have a whole fit.
No, I'll be fine.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
What other time?
A center. You don't like that you woke up out your sleep. You want to have sex when you come to bed. Don't touch you. After you go to sleep, it's over with. Don't bother you no more.
No. I can get up.
Wait. Did that change sometime recently?
It needs. I can get up.
You're stubborn.
There's sometimes I don't like to be awakened.
When?
Mr. Gholston, don't act like 2 a.m. ain't never happened.
I didn't say it didn't.
So don't act like I don't like to be awakened at 2 a.m. Okay, that's okay. You lay down for 3 hours and then you get up and then you do your day. Go ahead. And then you busy all day, and then you come back, you lay back down, and then you do it again the next day.
Just might text me.
And then on Saturdays, you left. The little one was gone, and you decided to leave and drive.
So let's stick with what
far
caused this. We're trying to figure out the solution here from this point forward.
It's more.
So on 2:00, so that particular Saturday.
Baby. Ooh, I would go show you something, but I ain't gonna do that today on the show. Oh yeah, babe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So again,
Shadi, yap, a schedule. You know, we've done that before. Actually,
we had early in our marriage.
We had scheduled sex days.
We had a we were really challenged. We went to a counselor, a little white lady too. So funny.
Maureen, we love you.
Just schedule sex.
Just schedule sex. And we were
I thought it was gonna be weird.
Nah,
but it actually worked.
It works
very well.
Very well.
Not works. It worked then. I don't want to do it now.
Oh.
I don't want to do it. No, because it becomes it's. Then we sit there like okay, what next? Who's gonna go first? Who's gonna strike for? Who's going? Anyway, here's the point. I've been trying for like 45 minutes to get through this.
So it's okay. So y'all, it's not for all the people who trying, but I'm just gonna help the people. For all the people trying to give you like vitamins and stuff, like you need something physical.
It ain't got nothing to do with that.
It's not a physical issue.
I'm good.
No, it's not a physical issue.
The issue is let's go back to his needs, her needs. Let's go back to it. I can't go through because you keep going through the comments.
Undefeated.
I promise you, Shadi is probably gonna make a reel out of us. He's probably already doing a reel.
Make a reel, buddy.
He's making a reel out of us right now.
Make a reel. Make us famous. It's okay.
So here's the deal. So let me just get through this. Y'all stick with me. Let me get through this. If y'all enjoying, if y'all getting anything from the conversation, enjoying this conversation, drop a 1 in the chat for us. Let us know you guys this is getting something from this. But here's the bottom line. The bottom line was that particular Saturday, I was really having some physical challenges. Yeah. And I also just knew that it was a lot going on. So mentally, I was in a different place mentally, to be honest with you.
Right.
I was in a different headspace mentally with all the stuff that was kind of taking place and going on at that very moment. However, I also understand what my wife's love language is. I also understand her sex cycles. I also understand all those because I am to a certain degree analytical. I follow trends. So I also understood and know that about my wife. I understood the clues, the signs, and just things of that nature. My mother-in-law would always say things like, a woman needs to know when her man's sacks need to be empty. I know
that's kind of my head.
I know when she would say, I know when my husband's sacks need to be empty.
God rest his soul.
In my case, I don't know what needs to be empty, but I do know when the oil need to be changed. That's how I like to say it. So when she needs a tune up, I know when she needs a tune up. And if she don't get the tune up, I get this face right here. Screenshot it. Yeah, right there. So for me, I just think I have got to get to a place, and I don't know what it is. It is not always like that. It's just that particular day was a challenging day. And what happened was she kept asking all throughout the day, like, you feeling better yet? You feeling better? You okay? And I went to take a nap. I got up. I had to go to somewhere. I had to do something. And she said,
now get this.
And she said, hold up, no, let me finish. So she says, hey, she was sitting on the couch. She says, hey, babe, you feeling well? And I just had a knee-jerk response. And I really wish I could take it back. I was like, what my exact words were?
Let me help you.
What my exact words were?
I'm just not feeling sex right now.
That was so bad. And the moment I said it out of my mouth, I said, you dummy. What did you just do? I said, what did you just do?
I said,
the moment I said, you have it's going to be a cold day for about 2 weeks.
Basically, he just shut me all the way down.
And I knew
but see, this is the thing. You're not feeling well, but you took a nap and you're about to get up and go do something else. You're about to leave the house. Right. It was an ouch, Shadid. It was an ouch.
I own it. I own that. I own it.
Okay.
I own that. I screwed that. I own it. But here's the problem.
No, Q, because it was, go ahead.
But here's the problem. I own that. So here's the issue. I own it. I try to own it. I tried to say I apologize.
Right.
I owned it. I messed up. I do know that you can't just punch somebody and the pain go away. I get it. But here's the problem in our relationship. My wife is stubborn. And now it becomes, it's like, regardless of the gut punch that I may have done, now, you that's what you're gonna do. You gonna wish you didn't do that.
And it wasn't.
And I'm not even so saying. I'm not saying that's what you actually. You don't just turn it off.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't.
It does a lot more for you.
It would have been. But this is the thing.
Okay.
When you said it, right? When you said it, I took the punch.
You did.
I took the punch.
Okay.
And I did not respond.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was ready to. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, hey, punch taken. Give me a few minutes. I'll be fine. Right. And we'll carry on.
No. Wait. I just want to say, you said that, but normally in the past, that's not the case.
Okay.
Now, and I'm saying, you did say that, but normally in the past, it's a 2-week process.
Okay. But I said,
you did.
I'm fine.
You did.
I said, I'm good. I said, listen.
You did.
I'm good. Because she was like, let's talk about it. I was like, no.
You did.
Because I knew that all I needed, I took the punch. Let me just settle down from the punch. Like, I'll be fine.
You did.
I was very sure and clear I would be fine. So I was like, I'm good.
Yep.
But my husband's need for resolution and communication kicked in. So now it is.
Those are big words you just used. Like,
let's talk about it. And I was like, there's really nothing to talk about. We don't need to talk about it. It's just, okay. And then there then came a conversation. And the conversation was not just a simple conversation about what was said. Then it started to go deeper. Now, don't get me wrong. It probably is a conversation that needed to be had. But I did not necessarily want to have the conversation at that moment. Just let me take it, process it, and be okay. But then it was, no, let's talk about it. Well, I don't want to, but we should. Okay, let's go ahead. So we talk about it. Conversation happens. We're done with that conversation. Okay. You know what? And then maybe we should second conversation about it. So now we're kind of just digging deeper, and the issue is now morphing into something else. So then the conversation then turns to needs. Are your needs being met? What do we need to do? So now we're talking through, and we used to do this quite frequently. Well, where we would revisit our love languages, and we would revisit his needs, her needs, because over time, what was my need 16 years ago may not still be my need today. I mean, I know it is.
What's your number one need today? Okay. Enough said, or less said.
However, once we take the quiz again.
No, we ain't take it no more.
No. We're going to take it again because we already said we were.
We said we were.
So we're going to do that.
That's fine.
Okay? So we're going to do that. Because there may be a possibility somewhere in the deep blue sky where the number one need has changed for me. I mean, not. I doubt it, but
we all doubt it.
We'll see.
Anybody knows you probably doubt it.
We'll see. So herein is now that one situation or that one remark. And then but the thing about it is that he felt like I was being selfish. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to be selfish. Like I was, and I think at that moment, I really
explain what I said that now. Don't just leave it out.
Well, I'll let you explain, because I believe at the moment that I asked, I was really asking from the perspective of, are you okay? And his assumption was I was asking because I was trying to see if he was okay so that we can have sex. When I was really asking, like, how you feeling? Are you okay? And so when he blurted that out, it was kind of like a. So later in the conversation,
I was wrong for that. I owned that like 100 times.
Okay, and I think
I don't think you ever. Have you ever forgiven me?
I think I said I forgive you.
Was that genuine?
And then this is what happens. So when I say, okay, I forgive you, do you? Like, where are we supposed to go with that? Like, how am I supposed to show you other than just tell you? Forgiven. But by that time, we had 3 additional conversations. Tell me we didn't. 2 over there, 2 over there, and 1 when you came right back over here, because that's when you said we needed to revisit his needs, her needs. That's when we talked about being selfish. We talked about whether or not you felt like I was still attractive. We had all those conversations. You remember? Do you remember the things that you said?
I do. I'm kidding. I do. I do.
Back to you, Bob.
Did those things I said, how did those things I say affect you this week? Like, how did those things that I said about the attractiveness, all the stuff that I said, how did it play into this past week?
They played a major role into it.
Okay.
Because now I have to go back and think through, are these some of the things that have stopped you from being intimate? On top of the experience that you want, like it literally, like it's literally like it needs to be this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this, then it equals this.
No,
sir.
When I say,
let me take off 4 of the pluses.
When I said experience,
this plus this plus this plus this,
why are the
equals
comments
this.
blowing up so much? Hold on, don't go yet. When I say experience, this is what I'm usually referring to.
If I back that dunk up
boy. Ooh,
okay, if I back that dunk up on somebody else, they be like, bam, This be my husband.
You gave me a bad.
No, I'm not giving you a bad.
Dudes ain't gonna pull my man.
This
card.
Be my husband. I'm backing it up. He be like, this just act like this my dunk right here. Come on, let me see.
Am I on a conference call?
This my dunk.
Am I on a?
It does not matter.
I can be on my IT.
No, we in the kitchen. No, we can be in the kitchen. And I'm backing up. He be like, yay. And then he be like, okay, babe, you good? Like, I be like, yeah, I'm good. I be like, can I get a hug? He be like,
maybe I need some help, y'all.
No, you don't need help. Your mind, that's just not, it's not a need.
Stop saying that. We had this conversation
what's
last
the number?
week.
Where's the number? I'm number 1.
Let's just gonna take the test.
Is it, baby? No. Just anecdotally. Where's it at? It ain't in the top 5.
It is.
Where? 5?
I'm gonna be honest and very realistic.
It's
number probably 6. Gonna be about number 4. 3 may be pushing it.
3 is definitely pushing it.
But there's significant things. We've talked about this. It can go, it'll never probably be number 1.
Oh my God.
But you can push it to number 2 easily. We talk about this all the time.
Right. And I have to do those things to push it to number 2.
And what is those things?
But then when I do those things, you need me to cook.
Keep going.
Clean.
Keep going.
And do nice things for you.
And it'd be I'll be laying it down every day, all day. You gotta tell me go home, go to work somewhere. Go to your office. Not the one downstairs. Go to the one that's in the building.
I'm still a whole mother. I still run a whole business.
Hold on. Go ahead. We all do. Wait, but I've been busy all week too. So now all of a sudden those things matter?
I never told you they didn't matter, but I also communicated a need for you that you did not stop. Out of all the things that you were doing, not one time did you stop and say, while I'm meeting the needs of other people and other families and other folk, I never once stopped to meet the need of the person who is the most important.
Tell me, I own that. Tell me why. Tell me why.
I don't know why.
Okay. When we ended the conversation, let's be 100% honest. When we ended the conversation, when I said,
because your thing was, if I asked you for sex now, would you have sex with me? And I was like, no.
And I said, this is always a challenge, because when you get into once you it doesn't happen and you turn the corner, you become stubborn. And now it becomes like I have to work overtime now to get you back to that place.
And so do I. Then I have to work overtime to get you to that place.
No.
You don't think cooking, cleaning, and doing coming in and serving, running your bath? You want me to run? You want me to draw your bath? You want me to draw your bath? You want me to cover you up with a blanket? I did some acts of service for you not too long ago, and you told me, yeah, you did that. But if you would have added this, and this to it, then it would have made it better. So I missed it by 3 points. Did you not say that?
Analytical.
Did you say that?
Oh my goodness, you're so.
But did you say that?
I remember saying something like that. I do remember saying something like that. But the bottom.
So we all over here jumping through hoops.
Here's the deal. No, stop. Let's be honest. Come on. When you randomly, authentically.
But it'll never be authentic because it's not my natural behavior. I don't like doing it.
We gone. This show over. This freaking show is over with. My wife just told me point blank in front of the whole world, she don't like doing stuff for me.
No, it's not that I don't like doing stuff for you. It is you want it to be like, this is the thing. I have to adjust to do it. I gotta adjust because it's not natural. You don't like the fact that I have to adjust. We've had that conversation. You want it to come from some bubbled up well on the inside of my soul. And it does. When I do it, I mean it. And you just don't want to accept that I mean it. You want, like, okay, I mean it. Although I try, like I do have to intentionally do it. But it doesn't mean I don't mean it.
You would go get some food and bring food. Now, I ain't talking about cooking, but you would go get, am I lying? You would go get food and you would say, I said, babe, and you know I'm at home. You would go to Chipotle, you would go get wherever you go, and you would be like, oh, you want some food to eat for dinner?
I got issues, okay? Nobody's perfect.
So if nobody's perfect,
but I've been doing better.
But you have seasons. You have seasons.
Okay, let me say this.
You have seasons.
And when I have those seasons, do you be like, you okay?
I do.
Instead of just accepting it and allowing it to be one of those 6 things that I got to do.
Because it'd be like, it'd be with that voice like, it'd be that voice like, you'd be like, I'm trying to, you did it just recently, like, would you like me to cook you anything? You hungry? What you want? Just tell me, I'll go to the grocery store and get something to cook. First of all, I'll go to the grocery store. This is what you normally tell me. This was natural. I'll cook if you go to the store and get the stuff and wash the dishes. Right. Then I'll cook.
But I heard you say this is what I need from my wife.
So you were doing all those things this week based on the conversation. Because you told me you told me you were.
No, I did not. No, I did not. No, I did not. I never told you I was not doing any of those things.
You did not tell me.
Correct. I know.
You just wouldn't answer me when I actually were you.
So I did not tell you that.
This is a whole.
So what I'm saying is that
we got a bunch.
So what I'm saying, I gotta do all of this, but you want it to be like this natural. We both have to adapt. You hate rubbing my feet.
With a passion.
With a passion.
Absolute passion.
But even if you fussing and you do it,
you don't mind.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't stop and be like, don't worry about it because I want you to do it from your heart. I know you probably ain't gonna never do it from your heart. But that don't stop me from asking.
Reset the room, please.
Y'all, we talking. Come on in here.
Reset the room.
I just reset it.
That's not resetting the room. Reset the room.
Hold on. Let me get up here to this.
You got to go all the way back to the top. Dina, I'm going to remove you as my friend.
Okay, here we go. Renee Marie said, y'all deep tonight. Listen, honey.
This grown folks conversation. I don't know where I'm going to be living at tonight.
He's going to be living right here because we don't do separate beds. We don't do sleep on the couch.
Tonight.
We'll see.
After all of this, that's what I'm saying. After all of this,
Dina said, "Oh, this doesn't end well." It's gonna always end well. Oh, Shadi said, "This is worse than dealing with the final inorganic chemistry."
Who was AP?
AAP.
IT Fellow. Who was that? Artist. Aaron the artist.
I would rather go back to school and take physics, calculus, organic chemistry, and engineering and do a final stint to be an
Into what?
You got to learn when to stop digging this ditch. He was digging, Dina. He was digging, y'all. And I understand it's because he needs resolution and because communication matters to him. But this is the thing. We both have to be able to make those adjustments to say, you know what? If she says she cool, like, let her process it. My husband knows me well enough to know that I do not.
I have done extremely well.
You did. You just didn't do well that week.
I did not do well that week. I did not.
So what he knows about me is that I'm not a responder. I'm not a reactor.
When you let it go,
I don't react because I need to stop and think about things. I need to process it. And then if you just give me a minute, really just give me a minute.
Or 2.
It's not a week, Antonio. I've been doing much better.
Yeah.
It's really been more like 24 hours, if that. It's definitely not been a week.
Okay. I'm agreeing. It's okay.
Who's the author of the book?
Didn't I send that book to you?
What's his name?
His Needs, Her Needs. I thought I sent the book to you. No,
that
was Doris. I was Doris.
That was Doris. Yeah,
Doris Dan. It's by William H. Farley. Harley. It's a must read. In fact, I think we should do a book club next year.
My God.
Hey, if you guys be interested in doing a book club with us next year for His Needs, Her Needs, just put a
great
five,
question,
put a 5 in there. Put a
was
5
the
in the
attraction the issue or being
I'm not having that one online. What just happened?
Something. It looked like something jumped.
Something just glitched.
Okay. Oh, but that's a great question. We'll ask that question. Let's talk about that offline.
Keep going.
Okay, you want to talk about that offline? Okay. It is going to be part of the discussion, though. I'm cute, by the way, though.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. What?
I said you fine. You like okay.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Does he have to do a B, or C for you to meet his needs?
Does he have to do an A, B, or C?
No. He does not have. It's not like if you do this for me and this, and this, then I'll do this for you. No.
When she wouldn't have sex, she wouldn't have sex. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
Else.
And if he asks me to do something, I'll do it. No. So no. Do I have to do you have to do ABC? Is it the same?
I know you got to keep it.
Yeah, I'm trying to hope. Yeah.
Yeah, just got to be. Don't put no tension on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So no. We're very different in that way.
Like shifts, like what, Brooke? What are you talking about? Okay, if you still here, come back to that. What do you mean when you say we don't like shifts? Like what?
She said, "Don't remove her as a friend."
Yeah, you got to go.
A whole, yes. A whole. All right, you guys. Yeah. So it's definitely. So listen. So it's definitely a conversation, right? And
it's Dr. William F. Harley Jr. I thought it was who it was.
Harley. Yeah,
William Harley.
F.
And if
Harley.
you're looking for it, don't look on Walmart. Go to Walmart's website. They usually have the book. I usually buy them in bulk from them when I'm giving them to people. But the title of the book, just as a little sidebar, it's called His Needs, Her Needs: How to Create an Affair-Proof Marriage. The whole concept of the book is if you're not adding to the love bank, you're actually making withdrawals. And at some point, if I don't meet her, now she's going to disagree with this, but if some point I don't meet her need or she doesn't meet my need, then the way the enemy works, somebody's going to slip into the door to try to meet that need. And affairs never start with just walking down the street and you see a guy or a girl and like, boom, let's just go get it in. It never starts like that. It is that need for touch. All of a sudden, you're at work and you got the friendly Bob and Lehman, don't kill Bob. We know how you feel about Bob. Lehman, don't shoot Bob. Leave Bob alone. But all of a sudden, her need is touch, and all of a sudden, every day, Bob is coming by and say, "Hey, Ascenta, how you doing?" And all of a sudden, just touchy feely. Bob is not necessarily trying to get into her bedroom with her, but Bob is just doing what Bob does. But that's how the enemy plays. And just so you guys know, we're unapologetic Christians. We don't make no bones about that. So we believe that the enemy is real. And what happens is that is now feeling the need. So now she starts to play up to that, not realizing subconsciously what's really happening because her man's not giving it to her at home. Now, sex is a little bit more what's what I'm looking for? It's not as direct as that because if for a woman, now for a man, yes. If a man's number one need is sex and a woman's not giving it to him, then yeah, he will just go out and just get it. He's going to get it from somewhere else in most situations. Unlike with a woman, she's just not, if her number one need is sex, which most women's knowing is not sex, that's like number 5 for most women, except my woman. But it's usually number one needs usually comes out to um, affection and security.
Right.
Financial security.
Financial security.
Financial security is usually is it either number one, the top two really is financial security and affection. And what happens with affection is holding hands, touching, kissing. Those things are affection, but for men at least the sex. So it gets real,
right?
It gets real deep, real fast. You got to understand the boundaries and those type of things.
Yeah.
But I think that's what has also kept us in the relationship in our marriage. Even though this has been a really interesting conversation, I don't know what's going to happen after this, but hopefully
we're not talking to you.
What you found, Siri? You got something for me? Talk to me. Maybe the Lord is trying to say, let me help y'all for y'all go off track here. But anyway, go ahead. That was it.
No, so that's it. So
leave it.
Most women, Brooke said, most women can't shift to their manipulation when they are inundated with household and business tasks. I will drop a dish in the sink in a minute.
Yeah, sorry, Brooke. She didn't. No. And listen,
you need me to stop doing laundry.
Listen, and I get it. For me, I mean, listen, I'm just being transparent. I'm different. For me, you know, women, if you're flirting with your woman all throughout the day, if you're flirting with your woman all throughout the day, you know, let's just be transparent.
Again,
sex for women.
Listen very carefully to the way he's saying this.
Sex for women.
Experience.
Sex for women. Honestly, sex for women is if it don't start. You don't get her hot at the moment you ready to have sex. You need to get her hot at 8:00 in the morning. You need to get her ready to go to the point she looking at her clock like, what time is it? Dude, I'm not doing overtime today. Dude, call your grandmama, call your mama, get the babysitter. You need to have that, but you do those things throughout the day, sending flowers, whatever her love language, if it's gifts, it's words of affirmation. You have to know what her love language is. Now, yeah, that's not. Yeah,
tough for you.
It's not my wife though, because sending her gifts ain't gonna do it.
Gifts are nice.
But gifts is nice. My love language. Send her flowers, to the house. Not gonna happen.
Thank you.
Then I used to send her flowers to her job when she had a job. And I used to get a few points, but it didn't raise the temperature. It stayed normal.
But why?
Because it's not your love.
It's not my love.
It's not her love language. Yeah. Everybody, all the other women at the job wanted me then. They want. Well, funny. They would call me and tell me, "Can you talk to my husband? Can you get my husband to do this?" In fact, no, seriously, your coworkers would call me to tell me, "Thank you for sending flowers to you." Mm-hmm. Am I not lying about that?
Mm-hmm. You tell them true.
They would call me. They would say, "Thank you for sending her flowers," because they all our flowers, so we don't get enough from my husband. Mm-hmm. But anyway, different story. So my point is this: the opposite is for me, though. The opposite for me is calling me or texting me or sexting or whatever the case may be. Those things does get me whatever.
Elevated.
Does raise the temperature. Mm-hmm. But I got to do better.
That raises the temperature. That's 1 point. Then when you come home, I need to have cooked. That's 2 points.
No.
Antonio.
Those are all independent things.
They are not.
They're all...
if they were all independent, sweetie, then I could do one and we'd be fine.
Absolutely.
But on this couch, you said it is the experience and that it is multiple things.
You messing with the experience concept was totally different from that. I think let me remind you when I said experience. All right, man, we just out here in the waters today swimming without no month. We just out here. The Coast Guard is way somewhere else now. We out here. The experience was this. We have a great session, a great night, great day, whatever, midday, whatever. We have a great time. And again, you want it back to back. Mm-hmm. Or the next day, whatever the case may be. And I have no problem with that. It just, we were talking about one particular day, talking about the situation. I was like, well, why is it so why is it a couple days in between? I said, because for me, I be trying to kind of savor the experience of what we just had, because if it's not the same, if we had a top 3 encounter, and then we go, and the next time it's just a hit it, quit it, bag and tag, that to me killed the first. It's like I don't just want to
have that experience, sweetie. But
I want to savor that moment.
But then you gonna have to savor the bag and tag.
So I was talking about the experience then. Man, my bag and tag. Yeah, we got how many days we got left in this year? Eat your Wheaties.
Anyway,
get your vitamins on.
So that's it, y'all.
Get your vitamins on.
This is just a situation.
Get your vitamins on. You ready? You see what I'm saying? Now I just said that.
This is just a situation. This is a situation.
Do y'all have any questions?
Y'all have any questions? That's good.
Do y'all have any questions for us?
Yeah. But this is a situation of we just have separate needs. And when my husband is focused and busy and doing other stuff, that's what he's doing.
See, that's the challenge. I think if I'm just
you don't see it.
No, I see it. All I know is that listen, I had a choice to make this week. And I'm just being very transparent. And I'm done with this when I say this. I had a choice to make. I knew that I could, you were where you were mentally, process what you need to process. We're dealing with one of the most significant gut-wrenching deaths probably in our life, with the exception of your brother. Was probably one of the most significant deaths that we've ever experienced in our life. Because it's totally unexpected. You know, some people just don't think I'm ever gonna go nowhere. And let's just be honest about that. And having to fill a gap in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I had to make a decision. I had to just stay focused. And it's not that I was trying to ignore you or anything of that nature, but I'm wired to be the way I am. And you know that about me. So even with all of that, it's like it does frustrate me a little bit when you just retreat and like, well, okay, just let him do what he's gonna do.
Yeah, but what else should I do though? If I don't retreat and I keep myself out there to always get the same answer because that's where you are.
I'm not even talking about asking for sex or saying, hey, I want to have sex.
Yeah, but
I'm not even talking about that.
But in any capacity, like where was there space or room? Let's just look at your schedule.
You don't even try to sometimes. It's like you just say, I'm out there on the island by myself.
But I do try. But I do try and I have tried. But at some point, you just be like, I see where he at. Like, what do I need to do?
I'm not following.
Okay. You telling me, but I didn't try. But you're wired. You have X number of things going on. Did you want me to try to jump in?
And do what?
Anything. Say anything. Be like, hey, blah, what did you want me to do?
It could be as simple as, hey, babe, I know you got a lot going on. You really, you work with the families. You're going to funeral homes. Hey, what can I do for you? Okay. Anything I can help you with?
Right.
You need me to do anything for you?
Okay.
Can I run an errand for you?
Okay.
Can I do something for you?
I hear you. I probably wasn't going to do that this week. You want to know why? Because I was tapped out. Dry. No. I'm glad that you said that. And I appreciate that. And I'm telling you.
But I knew that.
Okay.
But I thought from a different. You're saying you tapped out. I thought it goes back to the category of.
It was actually the whole conversation.
I don't know.
It's a few more things in here. It's a few more things that we haven't talked about here. Okay. But it was a few more things, which is why I did not. Okay. All right, we'll talk about it.
But hear what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is, you asked me why did I come in and put effort to do X, Y, and Z with you. I'm saying because I'm looking at the exterior and the outer where you are, and from the past, I always know that me trying to get you to change where you are right now, you have to process through that yourself. Mm-hmm. So I have a choice to make. Mm-hmm. Do I do what's in front of me, what I'm called to do right now in this season? You ain't finna go nowhere. You ain't finna leave me. You ain't finna go have sex with nobody else.
No.
That's not finna happen. No. I don't believe that I fiber my body. I believe Bob gonna be sending. I'm gonna walk in and Bob went the back door. I don't believe that at all.
No,
not under no sense do I believe that.
No, Robert.
So why I gotta be Rob? I said Bob. Now why?
Because Bob is short for Robert.
And you should date a Rob.
I never dated him.
You liked him.
I was like 12.
Who cares? You still talk about him all the time because he's some big producer somewhere.
He
I'm
was,
like, Liam, let me kill
he
him,
was not,
Rob.
he was
Dude.
not, he was not the one for me.
I tell you what, don't introduce me to Rob when you see me. Don't you? I might just have a knee-jerk reaction. I might call Lehman. Lehman knows Lehman's still a GD. Y'all, we got to go.
All right, so here's a question on the floor.
What's the question?
How do you two recover from difficult conversations?
I manipulate her.
It's
I put the work in.
Lay it down.
I put the work in.
I didn't mean to say that, actually.
I put the work in.
This is what I'm saying. Hey, Shama.
Real talk.
But real talk.
I put the work in.
After we have another conversation.
Honestly, let me ask you a question. That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
Believe it or not, this conversation we're having right now is usually a conversation we have, but we usually have it for us. Difficult conversations usually are had with a third party. Mm-hmm. It just happened to be about 50 of y'all. We're having in front of, because usually having a conversation with a third party is the best way for us to process through very difficult conversations, because I will never win an argument, a conversation with my wife. She's an attorney without the degree, so I don't try. But typically, when we have a third, we recognize that we have some very close friends. We know we have different sectors of friends that we have. Yeah. That when we have, and it's always organic. We don't just say, "Oh God, we need counseling." Mm-hmm. It's always kind of organic.
Well, most of the time, because they can read us.
They read us very well, and they know what's going on, mm-hmm. and so we have those conversations. And sometimes we would reach out and say, "Hey, listen, this is what's going on right now. If we working through some financial philosophies and mindsets, and we know who to call." And so we have people in our community that we have on speed dial that we can be transparent with and vulnerable with. And usually with those conversations, there comes a resolve. But most importantly, we're both, at the end of the day, as goofy as we both are, we come back to the foundation of prayer. And you did disagree?
Amen.
You disagree with that?
I didn't say that.
Oh.
Did I say anything?
Because your look, I'm looking at your look on the monitor. So we pray. God would deal with both of us. When we get to a point where we get just kind of gone left, really left, God would deal with both of us. He deals with her more than he deals with me, because she's left a little bit more than I am. And she'll come back.
I also have a greater relationship with him.
That's the jury's still out there. You talk to him though. I don't know what you're doing down there. But to ask your question, a very A-B answer for you. One, we either, it depends on the level of conversation. We'll talk it out. We'll have a good conversation. Mm-hmm. Give each other space.
And just as transparent as we are with you all, we are just as transparent with one another.
Yeah.
So we tell the truth, and we never do. We don't believe in brutal honesty, meaning our honesty is not designed to injure or hurt each other. Our honesty is to tell the truth and to so that we can get to a resolve. Because if sometimes we don't tell people that we love the truth because we're like, we don't want to hurt their feelings. Mm-hmm. But then you allow them to continue in a way that does not lend the right result, right? So if you ask me a question, but you're leaving out parts of the question, I'm going to give you an answer based on what you're telling me. Mm-hmm. And that answer may not really resolve or be the resolution for your issue or your question. And so I think that it's very, very important to be extremely honest and to do it in a way where I'm not doing this or saying, like my husband said some things, and we didn't talk about it here, but my husband said some things to me that were honest with me. It did not make me feel good, but he was not trying to hurt me. He was being extremely honest, and I needed to hear that because that is the reality for him. And so had he not told me that truth, I'd just be on my little merry way, feeling like, oh, I'm all good and everything is good, and not understanding why he responds a certain way, or why I'm not getting conversations or attention or certain things said to me, because that's not how he feels. And so we have to have those real conversations. So again, the door is open, right? There's always a way of escape. The door has been open, and we'll continue these conversations. Now, we talk to a lot of married people. We talk to a lot of married people. We talk to a lot of single people. And the reality and what we like to really show people is that, guess what? We are not perfect. I think that we have a great marriage, but even after 16 years, and I think that Latoya can say this as well. We got Janae McKnight. There's some people on here we know who are married, have been married for years. Is that in every relationship, everybody changes, and we've talked about this on multiple shows. You change, your life changes, your mindset shifts. There are new things that you're exposed to that start to change the dynamics of your relationship. And if you're still trying to work your relationship off of what you worked it on when you first got married 10, 15, 16, 20, 30 years ago, you're probably missing some major changes that have happened along the way. So we resolve these type of difficult conversations by pressing through the difficulties. Really.
Yeah, and it's funny that she popped up. I don't know if she was here all the time, but Janae McKnight and her husband, Dr. Frank McKnight, is our resident marriage counselors.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing some things in 2022 together
With them, yeah. So keep an
part,
eye out for
part of the
that.
community. So you guys want to join our taste?
Yeah,
You
definitely
really
wanna
want to join our
community.
taste community.
And keep her comment out too.
I'll
Yeah.
put it back up. Yeah, join our taste community. Listen, I need you guys to do this because again, we're going to be moving away from streaming on our personal page, streaming strictly on YouTube and our Facebook group.
Mhm.
Going to, we got some things we're going to be doing offline in 2022. We're going to be we got a lot of great stuff coming up in 2022. So a lot of these conversations, we're going to have some master classes on master classes on his needs, her needs. We have some master classes on love languages. So we got a lot of things that we're going to be doing in 2022. And she probably like, we are.
You've partially talked to me
Yeah,
about it.
so a lot of things we're going to be doing, but we need you guys' support. You guys have been phenomenal. Just some big things. I mean, we've actually met with, just so you guys know, I actually met a couple weeks ago with a I don't even want to know what to call it, really, a production house. Actually sought us out.
Studio,
television studio. It has built its own network. Been knowing, I mean, this just phenomenal. This got a phenomenal app he's building, a network he's building, producing great content. Just like all of the other major, you got the what's the Peacock and all those, literally creating that for our community. So I'm very proud of what they're doing. So that's a possibility we may be on their actual network in 2022. So we got a lot of great things coming up. So we just really thank you guys for your support.
Yep.
Thank you guys for being here. For all those that are brand new to Conversation with the Gholstons, we are uncut, unfiltered, and this was not fake. This was a real, legit, straight up happen. We have not talked this much since last week, like for real. Like, and I hope to pray that you gonna talk to me after the show.
Yeah, we need to talk.
We need to talk again. No, we just talk. We need to talk about it. Can we just love each other?
I'm gonna love you in this conversation.
Seriously, I'm not being funny.
I know you're not talking about.
We have to have another conversation. Why after every show I gotta get called to the principal's office?
You're not getting called to the principal's office. We just need to hash out a few more things. Anyway, Janae said, "I love your transparency. How did both of you get to the place where you are able to be extremely honest without hurting your mate's
feelings?" We created
feelings?
Rules.
Yeah.
My best friend said this.
I'll leave it up.
My best friend said this from many years ago. He says that's okay to, and I'm paraphrasing it. It's okay to fight, but there have to be rules to fighting. So even in war, even when the United States of America is engaged in war, there are rules to war. There's certain things that in war is off limits. There's certain things that I think the Geneva Code, don't judge me if I got it wrong, but there's certain things, there's rules to war, to fighting. So I think that we've just got to, we've created rules and boundaries of not saying things is going to hurt. And neither one of us, more so her than me, I've grown here because of the disc and knowing what my gaps and my trigger points are. Not lashing out in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
she would just shut completely down. And what I would used to do is I would push, as she said earlier, I would push to pull, and that just created more issues. The more I try to pull out her, the more she resisted. So because of the flight assessment, because of understanding my limitations and some of my gaps, maybe not limitations, some of my gaps and my blind spots, I understood how to communicate with her. She understood how to communicate with me, and it created a better way for our marriage. I'm telling you, I mean, this changed a whole lot for us. I mean, also as a flight assessment. I mean, so that's how we really. That's one of the ways we got to put not hurting each other, because we understood now how to work together.
And the other thing is and maturity and having people around us that remind us that we're not each other's enemies.
That was a big one.
That's a big one. We're not each other's enemies. We're on the same page. No.
And my body's not my body.
It's not. That part.
Now listen, let me be very transparent. Let me be 100%. I'm glad you said. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for bringing it up.
Okay, that part.
We are. Listen, let me be very clear. She's never said she had a headache.
Not never. Unless I really did. Even then, I'd be like, I'm okay.
Now, even though I did say last week that I was challenging my body.
It's the same thing. We just in the ETA community, we refer to it as the flight assessment. But if you were looking for it,
it's just an easier way to communicate.
Yeah, it's just the way that we communicate it.
The S and C people Dr. Eric Thomas has just created the concept of flight assessment. We talked
from the standpoint of being able to break it down and understand it. Yeah. So it is the same thing.
I'm very clear. No matter
but ours is better.
What's going on in my body and what's going on with her, we always have said there's no such thing unless we're fasting, and even with that, we have to get permission. So there's never such thing as no. Now she know very clearly if we really wanted it, I'll make myself available. If I really want it, she can make herself available. Now, what kind of experience you gonna get out of that?
It's different.
It might be different, but it ain't gonna be no rejection, flat out rejection.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Because we coming to the end. We're coming to the end.
No, that's it. Well, that was some great questions, you all. I think
any more questions?
If you have any more questions, you can always just put them in the chat or
drop some takeaways.
Drop your takeaways. Drop some takeaways. As you guys are dropping those takeaways, let's just remind you all to please make sure that you text CWTG to join our text community at 708-554-7886, 708-554-7886 to join the text community. If you are watching the replay, hashtag CWTG, hashtag the Gholstons, hashtag CWTG. I couldn't get up there. Hashtag CWTG replay. Hashtag the Gholstons. Make sure that you all are joining our YouTube channel, Conversation with the Gholstons. Again, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's very important that you do all of those things. We will be coming out with some new stuff in 2022, merch coming, other things are going to be coming. So we definitely want you guys to be on board. We appreciate you all so much for being here. We'd like to end the show with prayer. So if you have any prayer requests, please make sure that you drop your prayer requests in the comments. But again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It was definitely a real uncut, unfiltered conversation.
Do you feel better? I'm asking a legitimate question. Do you feel better coming into the conversation about us, where we are, the state of where we've been now, or are you still in the exact same place?
I'm not going to say I'm still in the exact same place. There may have been a slight movement on the meter.
Wow. You're an interesting one. Okay.
All right. So there we go. Whew. All right, guys.
Wow.
Hey, Cynthia.
Wow.
Again, I'm very honest. I'm not going to be like, I feel so much better. Damn. I'm just great.
I thought we were good.
Nope. Dang. Nope.
Oh, hush.
Hush. Don't hush. All right. All right, guys. Babe, can you pray tonight?
Oh, I think the winds got took out of me just then.
I need you to pray.
Let me pray.
Yeah.
Any prayer requests?
Yeah. Any prayer requests?
Mm.
You can do it.
I might pray in the spirit if I pray tonight.
You can do it. Put your back into it. You can do it. Put your back into it.
Is there a possibility of that?
I'm putting my back into it.
That's a plus. Hey, shout out to my I2M family. Shout out to my I2M family. Yeah, man, y'all came through tonight. Love you guys, man. I was telling my wife other day. I said, that if I didn't get nothing else out of it, I gained some another community.
Yeah.
Another set of friends.
He did say that.
Gained this community.
Okay, we'll do, Cynthia.
If I got nothing out of it, I got that. And I think that's what life is about: is creating relationships, community, networking. You just never know. It's such a small world. It used to be called 6 degrees of separation. Now it's like 2 or 3.
One.
Social media. I mean, we
all know each other.
It's almost was impossible. Almost was impossible now to go on social media, especially like a Facebook or something, and you not have a mutual friend of somebody. So it's pretty small world out here. But I hope this guy, honestly, guys, I hope this conversation helped. I really took a shot, a major risk sharing some things tonight. So I really hope that you guys got something from it. Y'all pray for me. I got to go to the principal's office again tonight, but preferably that it would be good, and that she'll wake up tomorrow morning with a smile on her face with a new day. That's my prayer. So let's pray. Let's go before the throne of heaven and let's speak unto the Lord and see what he has to say to us. Father, I thank you and I really do thank you, Father, for that's the enemy right there trying to stop me from praying. Take 2. Father, I thank you for this time this evening, God. I don't take this time for granted. And we thank you. First of all, we give you all the honor and the glory and the praise for allowing us to be on this platform to speak to your people, God. I pray that something that we said tonight, brought some level of joy, happiness, insight, and wisdom, and to help those listening under the sound of our voice to make the shift in their own relationship. And for those who are not yet in a relationship, help them to understand how to navigate the murky waters of relationships throughout their life. God, we thank you that this conversation has been edifying, been encouraging, and uplifting to all those who are watching, not just live tonight, but watching our replay, God. Father, we thank you that everything that they have given tonight of their time, their comments, I pray, Father, that they receive a return of time back into their life, Father. I pray that somewhere down the road, that something that at some point we made, some information we share will be a benefit to their lives, God, and this time was not wasted tonight. So, God, we thank you that this week will be an amazing, incredible week for them. I declare and decree that every person on the sound of my voice, God, will accomplish so much this week, God. It will be so blessed this week, God, that every sector of their life, God, will increase. Their finances will increase. Their health will be strong. Relationships will increase, God. I just pray every area, God, every need shall be met, God, in their life on this week, Father. I pray that this Christmas season, God, they will find joy and happiness in all that they do. And understand, as cliche as it may sound, understand that Jesus is really the reason for the season, God. And we thank you for all these things until we meet again. We give your name all the honor, all the praise. And I suppose to pray for my cousin Cynthia's son, God. We thank you. Surgery. We pray, Father, that as he enter into surgery, God, surgeries. Oh, you are going into surgery. Father, we thank you that whatever situation that Cynthia is undergoing, God, that you will get the glory out of, God. That no weapon formed against her body shall prosper, God. That anything that she has to undertake through this process, God, she will come out better than she started, Father. We pray that every medical professional God. She'll be assigned the best in the business, God. They will have wisdom and insight to help her naturally, God. We know that you're the ultimate doctor, God, but that you will use them as the vessels, God, to correct any and every situation, God. Her recovery time will be minimum, and God, she will give you all the glory and all the honor and all the praise for doing a miraculous work. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put my mic all the way over there. All right, y'all. Well, that's the closing. That's the closing music. Thank y'all so much for coming into the room tonight. Amen. We'll see you guys on next week.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
My mic off the whole time.
I hope it wasn't. I thought I heard it.
Did y'all hear me praying? I think my mic was I'm talking about doing the prayer. Did y'all hear me praying?
She said amen.
She did, but it might have been no. I don't know.
Anyway. All right, y'all. Well, we will see you guys next week. You guys have a great week.
Hey, listen, I need to see at least 10 people sign up tonight. Conversation with the Ghosts. 10 people sign. 10 people. Conversation with the Ghosts. Text the number. Join the community. All right, come on. We're gonna hit it tonight. Right, hit it right.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Ghosts out.
I don't even know what you got. We ain't never said no conversation. Come on, Sue. Come on.
Ready? Take 2. One, two, three. Ghost is out. You put hit the thing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ghost is out.